Hi witches! So today's video is going to be a little bit less formal, a little bit less structured, a bit more like talky type video. But today is a really special day for me. I know yesterday I talked about today being the full moon, and it is the full moon, so I hope you guys are getting up to some beautiful magics. But today's also my birthday. So yeah, I was born September 20th, and it's also the day that I hold as my anniversary of becoming a witch, my witch-iversary, the day that I dedicated myself to this path. So today is the 11th anniversary of my practice, and I really wanted just to like talk about that because I think it's important and it's something that I wanted to include in this year. I feel like if I didn't make a video about it, this whole project would not be complete. So yeah, 11 years is a very long time to consider myself a witch. Now, my practice, of course, did kind of like ebb and flow. I have a lot of videos about that, and I believe like some that were actually really recently, like at the beginning of September. So definitely check those out. I kind of have had a very winding path to where I am today, but it has been like quite the ride, and I'm just like really thrilled with where I am with my practice right now. So I don't really want to like recap a whole lot of stuff. I'm not really sure like where I'm going with this video. So, but I want to like kind of reflect on the fact that I've been doing this for over a decade. That to me is crazy. One of the things that I have worked with Anubis on is my fear of like aging and growing old, which I know is a very silly thing, I think, for a 24-year-old to be saying, because I don't know, I'm constantly told that like, oh, 24 is nothing, like you're a baby, like don't worry about it, by like every adult, and I'm starting to think that they're right. You know, I feel like enough people have said it to me at this point where I'm just like, okay, well, maybe perhaps they know something more than I do. I mean, probably not, but no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I have this like weird thing where I'm just like, oh my God, I'm a year closer to 30, like, and like, that's a scary number for me. And I think I've talked about that a lot. But in terms of like looking back at my practice and looking back at everything, I'm just like very proud of what I've created. I think that I definitely have more room to grow, and I do want to use this like video and like me talking as like a motivator for the future of my practice. So, you know, I'm very, very serious about starting my own shop and starting to offer classes, starting to offer tarot reading services, because I am actually pretty good at it. You can ask any of my patrons. I think that I am usually pretty good, like you know, I've had a couple people say like, oh my gosh, that's so spot on. And I'm like, oh yes, good. That's like very validating and like really sweet to hear. And I just like love talking to people about witchcraft and stuff, so I could do it all day. But I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it because like, you know, I'm just a little superstitious, but like last weekend, I went over to my local witch shop. I know the owner really well, and she's also part of the local witch circle that I kind of, like, I don't want to say I started it because I feel like that's really egocentric, but like, as I do a hair flip, but I did, like, I was the one who kind of organized everything in the first place, and I take pride in my leadership role in that community, so I did it. But it's not my group, it's like a collective group. I'm not a cult leader, that's what I'm trying to get at. But basically she mentioned to me that she might be renting some more space to offer classes and stuff, and asked if I wanted to teach. So that's something that I'm going to be exploring in the next year, I think. That's really where I think my craft is going to go. I do eventually want my own space, but as you guys know, these things take time, and I've never bought real estate before. I rent, so I'm also 24. I don't know that a bank will just be like, here is money, you child. Like, I'm at this very weird age where I'm like an adult, but like also not perceived as an adult. Like, I can't even rent a car, guys. Like, what? But I have to pay taxes, what? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I see my craft. In the past, sorry, my brain is going in a lot of different directions. In the past, I always feel like my path was hidden from me. Like, I was never really sure where I was going with this. And I think that's perfectly fine. I just didn't know what I wanted. But the past year has taught me that this is what I want to do, like this interfacing, this teaching of this beautiful spirituality and helping people come into their own and into their practice. That is something I'm very passionate about. So I do plan on teaching a couple courses. I am going to be putting together a curriculum sometime either late this year or early next year, and just pitching it to people and just being like, hey, like, here's an event we can do, here's a curriculum. What do you say? Like, you know, and getting that ball rolling. I will obviously continue doing this kind of stuff, not on a daily basis, because to be honest, this has been a lot, like working full time and doing this and everything else in my life has been a lot. But, you know, I see change coming in terms of my career and my career path, which is scary, but also cool. And yeah, I'm excited for the future for possibly the first time in my life, which is like a very sad thing to say, and I'm sure my therapist would like to psychoanalyze that. But I see what this can be, and I'm really excited about it. So I wanted just to thank you guys so much for being along for the journey with me for the last like year or so. It's been really great being able to connect with my community and with you guys. It's just really wonderful, and I'm very thankful. So if you're a Virgo, happy birthday. I know I'm kind of like on a cusp, like I'm a little cuspy with Libra, but like I'm true Virgo, like deep down. I don't really see myself having Libra traits. And yeah, so I just, again, thank you guys so much for like everything that you have done for me. Make sure you follow me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. How like insincere would that be? Oh my gosh. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be talking about Maven, which of course is one of my favorite holidays because it is right after my birthday or sometimes on my birthday, depending on the day. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.